Oh, you got it, you got it. Oh, you made it. Hey amigos de ¿Qué chivo?
Estamos un domingo 24 de septiembre de 2023 y ya se siente el frío del otoño y nos hemos venido a un festival de la cosecha aquí a un parque provincial llamado Bronte Creek. Así que los estamos invitando a que vean el video. Estamos viendo degustación de jugo de manzana, de sidra de manzana, o sea que exprime. ¿La puedes pintar? Mira, Manuel.
Apples and some other varieties, and it kind of adds different flavors to your apple cider. Yeah.
Are there some that are harder to press than others?
Sorry?
Are there some that are harder to press than others?
Not really. They're all kind of about the same, but they some just have different flavors and there's different juice in them. Yeah.
So what's the question about the variety used for cider, right? So you said you use honey crisp as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is the most kind of favorite for eating raw.
It
and
is.
you also use it for cider.
Yeah, and you can see these Honeycrisp apples, they wouldn't sell these in the store because they have gashes and bruises and stuff in them, which they're imperfect. Yeah. So rather than letting this apple go to waste, we can still use it, press it down, and make it into apple cider. Okay. So there's no waste with the process. Yeah. Oh, sorry. No worries. Yeah.
So so it's a cut or like a factory or
Are they what, sorry? Yeah, so we just grind that all down. We just rinse them off when we look to see if there's any insects or anything in them. But they're basically just crushed up in the machine. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So that we wouldn't want to eat. It works good for apple cider. Yeah, yeah.
What kind of apples do you use? Or does
so it doesn't matter, but traditionally you'd use a different variety, which would give you different flavors, because as we know, all apples kind of taste a little different. So the bigger ones are Honeycrisp apples. Some of our smaller ones are Macintosh. They're harvested from our back cow pasture, and we also have Spy apples in here as well. So
you label the ciders like in the store as in Macintosh.
Yeah, exactly. So and then different varieties.
Que mi esposa va a probar acá el.
No sé si hay línea o no.
Sí, está acá.
No, there is no line.
Vamos a probar el apple juice. Puede estar una
parece chicha.
Vamos a probar el apple syrup. Oh, you want to try it? You try it? Emily, see. You try it? This juice that's different than the one that they sell in the stores.
Yeah.
Every time that I drink
the apple juice,
I feel like I'm in the hospital. But this is different.
It is different. So so with apple juice, there's other things added to it, like citric acid and stuff, and preservatives to keep it the shelf life longer.
Right?
Yeah. Whereas this is just pure
what
apple.
About this one? Like right after you guys are squeezing, how long does it take this one to not to be drinking anymore? Like
expire. So it would be kind of after a year, it would probably not be good anymore. But the longer it's kept in those big crocks, it would ferment more and turn into hard cider or alcohol. Yeah.
De todo vamos a ir a recoger una manzana. Bueno, no una manzana, un
Están
pedazo de
dando
manzana.
pedazos de manzana de diferentes tipos de manzana.
Ya, y
A ella le encantó el jugo.
a ella le encantó. ¿Que te gustó el jugo? Ok, ellos estaban diciendo de que yo le pregunté a ellos de que cuánto tiempo ellos, después de haberlo exprimido, cuánto tiempo pueden tardar el proceso para llegar a hacer alcohol. Y ellos dicen, pues, tal vez quizás de un mes
Ahí
en
anda la
adelante se
cup
puede
girl.
ya,
¿Cómo se llama?
se puede hacer una bebida alcohólica también, pero dice de que
Es
sabe
que
diferente.
si tú la ves en el bote parece chicha.
Exactamente, pareciera una chicha, pero realmente solo es la sidra, o sea, es la esencia de la manzana. Bueno, y aquí están regalando, de este lado están regalando unos pedazos de apple, hay de diferentes, ¿cómo se llama? Sabores y colores, así que cada uno va a, ¿cómo se llama? A choose cada uno diferente.
Yo solo un pedacito porque me gusta la manzana, pero no soy amante de la manzana.
Vi que te quedaste bien así como...
¿De qué? No conocía a Lina.
All right, shall we go say hi to the tree? Yeah.
Why? Because it sounds like a cereal? You can have my very last piece of Honeycrisp. Last piece. Yep, just give me a second.
Oh, there's no more. Oh, there's no more honey.
What kind do you want? There's a lot of different kinds.
Gala? You most definitely can.
Habían
Gala.
habían 6 diferentes sabores, pero ya se terminaron. Ahorita solo está Gala, Ginger Gold y los otros, Cortland. No sé, voy a probar esta. Esta es...
May I have a piece of Gala, please?
Most common apple made in Ontario.
Oh, there?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Mmm.
¿Cuál es esa?
Esta es la Gala.
Manuel, prueba.
No,
Prueba esa. Manuel.
No quiero. A mí me gusta.
esta está bien rica.
¿Más sentiste?
Se siente que es se siente que la acaban de hace poco la cosecharon.
That's a giant apple.
No, we have that.
This is a grab and steam. It's a German apple. Mid 1700s.
Oh wow, really?
Try some?
You want ginger
Cute.
gold?
And when is the Gala apple? When was it developed?
1930s. So it's one of the more modern ones. Honeycrisp was 1990, so it's one of the more modern varieties. But they're still developing apple varieties as they are today. So,
How do they do that?
you take 2 trees. So to get an apple to grow exactly the way you want it, if you just take a seed, right, and you grow an apple tree, that could grow any type of tree.
Really?
Okay, just going to grow an apple tree. So then you take, if you want a gala, you're going to take a cutting from a gala tree and graft it onto the top of that tree. And now you know it's a gala. So you basically take a tree that you know and you like, and you multiply it.
Is this one?
Okay.
Is one from here?
I don't know which one that's from, because it won't necessarily grow that tree. Okay, so there could be a wild apple tree that is not actually a variety and is never been heard of before. So then you find that one, and so something like an Empire is a modern one about the 1950s. They took a Macintosh and a Red Delicious and crossbred them using their flowers. They'd literally take some pollen, crossbreed it, and got an apple that has the flavor notes of both. They're called an Empire.
Wow.
So they can do that. Then you would take that tree and graft it onto other trees.
Wow, that's interesting.
So they're actually developing apple species right now that they think are going to be popular in the 2050s, because by the time you develop it, grow it, and make it marketable, you have to have a certain number of trees.
Now, can you graft an apple tree with other?
Yes.
And so that each limb has a different.
You can,
tree?
but the problem with that is when they pollinate, they might cross-pollinate, and you want the Gravenstein flowers to pollinate Gravenstein flowers. That's
Okay.
the thing.
Yeah. Because I know that you can do that with citrus.
Yeah.
Because we.
Those little kernels in there are the wheat. And so we would put that in the pan here.
Ven, Manuel. Van a explicar cómo van a hacer el proceso como antes sacaban el trigo.
Want to put a little bit in there too?
Yeah.
Oh, righty.
So what you do with it?
Now, what we would do with it at this point, this is the fanning mill. This is the machine that actually takes this stuff and blows it away, because there's a big fan in there, sort of like, you know, if you have one on the ceiling, same sort of thing. It wants to blow all this stuff out, and it wants to keep just this stuff running, which are the kernels. So we take our pan here, we're going to put that right there. We're going to take this stuff, and we're going to dump it right in here.
Careful, guys. My baby brother was scared.
And then that separates all those wheat kernels from all the stuff that we had in there, right? Remember, it was so much more in there than just those wheat kernels. Now this is what our chickens and our turkeys and our geese like, but they're really not as keen on this. They want it a little finer. So we're going to put it in here.
So they can eat.
It's like a grinder.
Okay. That's how we do.
And then that is what we would feed our turkeys, our geese, and our chickens. And this, what do you think that is?
Flour.
That's flour. That's the same thing we make bread with, all of our biscuits with, except we're not going to actually use this one because you guys were stamping all over it, right? We don't want to really eat that stuff. So, but we're good with feeding this to our chickens and our turkeys, our geese, and our ducks here on the farm. Pretty cool.
You have ducks.
We don't at the moment. We've had to get rid of all of our birds here at the moment because of the avian flu here in southern Ontario.
What is that?
It's a disease that chickens and birds get, and so because we're owned by the Ontario government, we don't want to sort of push that on to any of our farmers around. So we've stopped any of our birds here. Okay, we're hoping to have them back in the next year or 2 years, once the actual avian flu outbreak has sort of left southern Ontario.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, that was great.
Wow.
Double shot. Finish her off. Double shot. One more. Come on. Just get this 1 out. I had one for like so many. Yeah, I went second. No, I won. No, Oh, get wrecked.
Wow, nunca he visto un huevo así. Mira, Manuel. Es como, oh, like this. Oh. No, espérate, lo voy a poner en
Te lo
cámara.
voy a dar, pa.
I'm next.
Emily, no
Emily,
lo
don't
toques.
touch it, mi amor. Mira.
Emily, no lo toques, please.
Oh, you got it. Dale, dale, no se te va a caer, no se te va a caer. Dale, dale, dale. There you go, you got it, you got it. Oh, you made it.
Gracias amigos de Que Chivo por llegar hasta el final de este video. Te invito a que le des like, compartas y nos dejes ahí un mensajito. Gracias por acompañarnos y nos vemos en una próxima aventura en familia.